race in it. Let's race in it.
If you have a problem, just say. More the fact he's mugging man up. But shut your mouth, bro.
DMO Deejay is one of the UK's biggest automotive content creators. His high energy and legendary gear shifting videos have propelled his YouTube career to over 500,000 subscribers as part of the DMO army. Today we're going to take a look at how DMO turned L's into W's with his less talk, more action approach to life. This is the story of DMO Deejay. DMO grew up in the city of Birmingham in the UK. He came from a very academically driven family, but never found himself engaging with the resources that were put in front of him. As the years went by, DMO discovered his love for music and became a part of a band playing the keyboard at school. Once he left school, he started his first job as a sales advisor at PC World, a popular electrical appliance store in the UK. Throughout his time there, he took an interest in a set of DJ decks and would save his money for the next few months to purchase them. He began to teach himself how to use them by watching YouTube videos and performing sets for friends. Alongside his job as a sales advisor, he would work as a Domino's pizza delivery driver in the evenings. Through his friends and people that he met through work, he would drive DJs to clubs and ask them for tips on how to improve his own skills and ultimately find out how much they were getting paid for a set. Once he found out that DJs were making £250 a set, it didn't take long for him to quit his job at PC World and start a new job at the UK's biggest DJ store, Hard to Find Records. DMO would practice his skills on all different types of equipment in the store and was at a point where he was confident enough to start looking for his first gig. He would contact different promoters in Birmingham and offer to perform for free, just to get his foot in the door and get a feel for performing in front of a large crowd. After performing for a few years and mastering his craft, there was a new aspect of DJing on the horizon called Instagram. As time went on and technology became more advanced, it became easier for people to learn how to DJ by using a controller. The controller did the majority of the work for you, and the only thing that separated you from the rest was how many social media followers you had and in return how many people you could get into a club. DMO started his Instagram page in 2012 and grew his following to around 20,000 followers. He started to get the impression that there's only so much DJ content you can put out there before it starts to get boring, and he began to show off his love for cars to his followers. DMO stated that his passion for DJing helped him stay out of trouble with the police, as he was starting to become a regular at local courthouses for his driving offences. He would accumulate over 40 points on his licence, which is 28 more than you're allowed in the UK, and would be disqualified from driving multiple times. In 2011, DMO would face the reality of his driving licence being suspended for 3 years and decided to spend the next 3 years in Malia, Greece, riding out his driving suspension. He would perform every night at clubs across Malia, and due to him only being suspended in the UK, he could continue to drive over there. He rented bikes whilst he was out there and eventually bought one with the money he had from DJing. Originally, he had only planned to be there for 90 days, but ended up staying until the suspension was over and returned to the UK in 2014. Upon returning to the UK, DMO moved to London with his girlfriend Alice and continued his DJ career there. A year later, in 2015, DMO had started a talent management company with his girlfriend called 76, working with talented UK artists such as rappers Wretch32 and Gigs. He stated that the business was successful for a short time, but 2 years later in 2017, they closed the business due to the talent they were managing consistently letting them down. DMO created his channel in 2011, however he didn't post his first video until 2014. The early videos consisted of short clips where he was DJing in nightclubs across the UK. Soon after, he started to vlog his daily life where he would travel to different parts of the UK and document his DJ journey. As time went on, he would post the occasional car or quad bike video, and eventually it became the only thing he would post. The videos gained a few thousand views, and it wasn't until he posted his Shook Cam series that his videos would get a lot of traction. The Shook Cam series were a compilation of clips where DMO was scaring the public in his extremely loud Mercedes C63. The reactions were entertaining to watch, and the videos gained hundreds of thousands of views. During 2018, DMO made a video where he would recover a friend's quad bike from the police impound in London. The police gave DMO the quad bike, however he was contacted shortly after by the police to say that they shouldn't have released the bike due to an outstanding court order to crush the bike. They claimed that DMO knew that the bike was supposed to be crushed and took him to court. This was at the time where DMO was about to start his summer DJing across the UK, but due to the ongoing court case, his laptop was seized and he was unable to work without it. In the following weeks, he was also involved in a car crash and broke his femur, making him unable to walk without the assistance of crutches. DMO was at a turning point, and due to him being unable to work, he started to face the realization that he wouldn't be able to pay his bills and was at threat of being evicted from him and his girlfriend's apartment. During the ongoing court case, he would set up his own company as a contingency plan due to him potentially facing jail time. After stopping DJing completely, DMO had started to make an appearance on the DJ scene again through his friend Mist, a popular rapper from the UK. However, shortly after, the global pandemic of 2020 meant that DMO had to stop DJing again. Eventually, the court case was thrown out, and DMO focused entirely on his business. Through lockdown, his business had took off, and DMO would purchase an Audi RS6, and soon after he would sell it to purchase a Mercedes E63S and a Ford Transit van. I mention these two vehicles as they became the main focus of his channel in a series of events that brought DMO hundreds of thousands of subscribers. In December of 2019, DMO had announced that he was upgrading his van with a new engine and was looking for a mechanic to do the job. After searching for a couple of months, he revealed to his fans that a man by the name of Fabian was the man for the job. Months went by before seeing an update on the van build, but in September of 2020, DMO released a video titled "My 1000 brake horsepower Ford Transit van reveal." In the video, it starts off with DMO talking to the camera, where he states that Fabian has been making excuses as to why the van wasn't ready and would never give DMO a simple answer. Fabian claimed that the van was ready to be delivered, and on the day of delivery, it never turned up due to missing a few parts. DMO had had enough and would turn up to the workshop where he dropped his van off originally. Upon arrival, the van was a complete mess and was in no such state to be delivered, let alone roadworthy. The van had barely been touched, and the parts DMO was buying for the build were either nowhere to be seen or in the back of the van damaged. The vehicle was left unlocked, and all the parts could have been stolen by anyone. At this point, DMO just wanted to talk to Fabian and drove all the way to his home address, where he was greeted by Fabian's mother. Fabian was nowhere to be seen, and DMO asked Fabian's mother if she could call him just to get him on the phone, due to him ignoring DMO's calls. Fabian eventually picked up the phone, and after a couple of minutes, he claimed that the van was 99% ready and was waiting for a part to be delivered before he could give it back to DMO.
You're telling me that my van is ready to go, it just needs the downpipes and that's it, ready to go?
It's ready enough, yeah.
He had been caught in his own lies, as he was unaware that DMO had gone to the workshop and saw the van for himself.
What have I told you? I found my van.
I don't care.
And I've seen the condition that my van's in.
I don't really care.
The video went viral, and DMO's army of fans were actively out searching for Fabian's van. DMO was contacted by Fabian's landlord and stated that he was being evicted from his workshop. He also said that he would open the premises so DMO could come and recover his van and parts from the workshop the following day. The van was recovered and brought back to the Madman Mechanic's workshop, whilst DMO looked for a new mechanic to take on the van build. The following day, DMO's cameraman Cam had spotted Fabian's van and followed him to his work. DMO drove from London all the way to Leicester to see Fabian and confronted him in person. After a heated conversation, the police were called by Fabian, and Fabian was returned to work shortly after. Due to the series of videos going viral, it turned out that Fabian's son had seen the video and contacted DMO. It was brought to their attention that Fabian hadn't paid child support for his son after cutting communication with his son's mother 15 years earlier. Because of this, DMO decided to start a GoFundMe and stated that all the revenue from the videos would go to Fabian's son. After months of DMO chasing Fabian for his money and parts, it wasn't only DMO who Fabian worried about. DMO's fanbase called the DMO Army were actively pressuring Fabian wherever they saw him. Soon after, Fabian drove to the Madman Mechanic's workshop and delivered the money and parts himself, and 18 months later, the van build was finally complete. At the same time as the Fabian situation, there was a clash of the titans happening between the two most popular UK car channels, between DMO and Ricky from Living Life Fast. At the time, Ricky had a BMW M5 being built by Evolve Automotive that was being developed to have 1000 horsepower. Now, why is this important? DMO's videos were largely very clickbaity, and at the time DMO was also releasing videos claiming his Mercedes E63 had 1000 horsepower. However, it became apparent that the car didn't actually have 1000 horsepower as stated in the thumbnail and titles. Raza from RK Autoworks was in the UK to help with the development of the M5, as it was his product being installed to the car. He saw DMO's claimed 1000 horsepower E63 and started to comment and message DMO saying the M5 will wipe the floor with it in a race. After DMO received these messages, he wanted to confront Raza at VMAX, an event where people take their cars to test the top speed on an airstrip. DMO arrived at VMAX and discovered that Raza had returned to America.
Where's Mr. RK Performance? Oh, that's why he's talking shit, innit? Tell him when he's back to come and see me.
He spent the rest of the day testing his car's top speed and racing other cars down the airstrip whilst recording his reaction. A couple of hours later, Ricky from Living Life Fast had posted on his Instagram story congratulating Evolve on their testing with the M5 and DMO for his top speed. Ricky would mention DMO again and propose they race their cars for £5,000 with Ricky in his Nissan GTR and DMO in his E63.
But listen, if you are watching, bro, if you want to race, we can do this anytime you like, yeah? You want to do this in Mexico, we can do this on the airfield, which I got on the 5th of October. That gives you a couple of days to get your car ready, bro. But we've got to race for money, yeah? Should we do a bag bet? 5 bags? Let me know what you want to do. I'm only racing for money.
DMO jumped in his car to go and race Ricky the same night. However, Ricky quickly changed his mind and turned up to the meet in a 1000 horsepower M5 that Evolve was testing earlier that day. The race would have been unfair, and the 1000 horsepower M5 would have beat the E63 that was running around 850 brake horsepower. The race never happened, and everyone went home after DMO and Ricky exchanged words in a car park meet. A couple of days later, the event organisers at VMAX had seen the videos online between DMO and Living Life Fast and decided that they didn't want to see DMO driving at their next event in October due to DMO not wearing a seatbelt and recording his races himself whilst driving at high speeds. DMO felt that there was a more underlying reason as to why he wasn't welcome to drive at the next event but was still able to attend. However, he decided to stay away and not turn up to the next event. Fast forward to the event, and DMO's car was a part of Wrench Studios' development for the E63 series. DMO gave the keys to the guys at Wrench Studios to continue their development at VMAX even though DMO wasn't attending. He received a phone call a few hours later saying that Ricky from Living Life Fast and a mechanic from Evolve Automotive had attacked the guys from Ranch Studios. DMO made his way to VMAX to confront the people who had attacked the guys from Ranch Studios, but by the time he arrived, everything had calmed down. The day went on as normal, and DMO's car was setting higher top speed than Evolve's M5 that claimed to be faster. DMO went over to record Ricky's reaction. However, he spotted Raza from RK Autoworks on his way and went to confront him like he tried to do at the previous event. Tensions were still high due to the altercation earlier in the day, and Raza and DMO were separated before things turned ugly. After being separated, DMO went over to Ricky to record his reaction in his M5. However, he was greeted by a punch to the face from Ricky. The situation escalated extremely quickly, and a fight broke out between DMO and Ricky. Even though Ricky started the fight, it was sad to see that no one backed him up, and by the end of it, Ricky's face was left bleeding. The fight should have never happened, and the car community was split. DMO believed that Raza had planted thoughts into Ricky's head, as it was extremely out of character for Ricky to start a fight and call DMO out in the first place. The fan bases of both channels collided, and comments and dislikes were exchanged. However, Ricky's channel seemed to have suffered the most. Less than 2 years later, Ricky had decided to stop uploading videos to the channel due to various reasons. It was safe to say that DMO would not be returning to VMAX in the future, and decided to start his own event called DMAX 250. The goal of the event was to combine his love for cars and his passion for DJing into one by creating a shopping mall for car enthusiasts. It would feature an area to buy car parts, race cars on a track and a drag strip, and enjoy music. As of today, he's hosted an event at Silverstone, home of the British Formula 1 Grand Prix, and driving tours such as driving from England to Barcelona in Spain. He's also hosting a DMAX event between the 17th and 24th of November on a yacht at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix circuit for the final race of the Formula 1 season. He stated that he started to upload less and less videos due to his businesses taking up more of his time. He doesn't talk much about his businesses as he likes to keep it separate from his brand, but we might see a return from DMO soon on YouTube. I want to say thanks for watching, and please be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Also, I want to say thank you for all the love and support on my last video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.